Hi everyone, Colin Hall, BizplansUK. A couple of weeks ago I did a video on small businesses responding to big company tenders and the dangers involved, particularly in terms of the amount of paperwork and just work in general to support them. And at the recent Surrey Business Expo, someone who'd seen that video asked me how could they as a small business replicate that kind of tender requirement for themselves. And the answer is they shouldn't. It requires a huge amount of effort to do well, and if you're a small business you almost certainly won't have the spare resource, and if you did, you'd be putting a huge burden on the people supplying you. As a small business, it's unlikely that you can give them enough business, enough revenue to warrant that effort. So it's a waste of time anyway, so don't. However, what you can do is ask simple questions that elicit simple responses that give you a good indication, some comfort levels, that the company you're dealing with or want to deal with is well run and is going to be there for a while, because you don't want the switching costs that come later. So what you need is a short list of questions that have simple yes, no, or one sentence answers that are easy for your potential supplier to answer. Examples would be, do you have a business plan? When did you last write it or review it? Do you have a business continuity plan? And if they're going to handle any customer data, are you registered with the ICO? These are all questions they can either say yes or no to, or give you a quick number, or decline to answer. And that in itself tells you something about how open they are. So going back to the example of the registered with the ICO, if they're handling customer data, they have to be. The fact they're not registered, well, that probably tells you a lot about their own knowledge of the requirements of managing data, how trustworthy they might be just from sheer incompetence, and whether or not you should be trusting them with your customer data. So come up with your list of about a dozen or so simple questions that you can ask in conversation. It doesn't need to be a formal document. Make a note of the answers, and the more answers you get that you like, the more likely they are to be a good supplier. Today's shout out. So today's shout out is to a lovely lady called Hannah Pereira and her business Button Media. Now, Button Media do videography. They're not a client or a supplier. I prefer these sort of raw videos while out walking my dog. But I've known Hannah for a little while now and know some of her clients, and everyone raves about her dedication, how much she loves what she does, and how much they've enjoyed the experience. So if you ever have any videography needs, please look out Hannah and Button Media. So long for now.